Mycotoxins are toxic compounds that some fungi produce. We're not going to talk about all of them. Clearly, I think we all know that a lot of mushrooms do produce toxins that can be anything from hallucinogenic all the way to fatal. But that's not really something that we have time to get into in this class. Instead, I am going to talk about two of the more common mycotoxins that can be encountered, both as part of food, the consumption of food. Mycotoxins generally, they don't necessarily help to allow the fungus to cause disease. When we talk about toxins in terms of bacteria, we often talk about how toxins assist bacteria in causing disease. With the fungi, it's like an accidental byproduct, basically. And the symptoms of a fungal intoxication can be either acute, so pretty much immediately after consumption, or it can manifest as chronic disease. And we can see anything from, rapid death to tumor formation. Generally, most fungi that do produce toxins do so at kind of an ambient temperature between 20 and 30 degrees. And again, they don't usually assist fungi in causing disease. It doesn't help them invade. It doesn't help them spread. It's just something that they do. The first mycotoxin we'll talk about is aflatoxins. So aflatoxins are produced by Aspergillus, and they can be associated with various food products, including corn, peanuts, some tree nuts. They can also be found on cottonseed. So anything that could be potentially contaminated with Aspergillus could also be potentially contaminated with aflatoxins. The particular aflatoxin, aflatoxin B1, is actually the most potent natural carcinogen that we know of. The mechanism of action is that it is thought to activate proto-oncogenes. So from cell biology, you might remember that proto-oncogenes are genes that when they are overexpressed can cause increased cell proliferation, and that's how they become oncogenes. So it's thought that aflatoxin B1 can turn on or overexpress those genes and cause more rapid cell proliferation or cell proliferation under conditions that are not ideal. And it's kind of a double whammy. It can also cause mutations in tumor suppressor genes. So tumor suppressor genes, you may remember, are those genes that when they are expressed, lead to the cell cycle stopping. The analogy that I like to use is that tumor suppressor genes are like stop signs. When a cell reaches the stop sign, the cell should not replicate. But what can happen when there are mutations in the stop sign is that the stop sign goes away. So aflatoxins can make the stop sign go away. Then you don't know you're supposed to stop, and that can be a problem. The oncogenes are more like, again, the analogy I always use is Fresno drivers. The stop sign is there, or the red light is there, but the Fresno driver just doesn't really care, right? Willing to run the red light, willing to, run the stop sign. So even though the cell should stop, is not going to. So again, it's that double whammy. You should stop, but you're not going to, and we're going to get rid of the stop sign. So it's just a big mess. Acute aflatoxicosis can result in death, but chronic can result in cancer and immunosuppression. And the most common organ where we would see effects is going to be the liver. The other mycotoxin I want to talk about are the ergot alkaloids. They have a common structure that's called lysergic acid. And the drug LSD is basically a modification of an ergot alkaloid. So LSD was discovered because of ergot alkaloids. These compounds are produced by a genus of grass pathogens called claviceps. These are not human pathogens. So claviceps is not going to cause human disease, but it is a plant pathogen basically, or a grass pathogen. So things like wheat, barley, and rye. If there is improper storage of these grasses, that can allow proliferation of the fungus and therefore production of the mycotoxin. There are two forms of disease, convulsive and gangrenous. Convulsive is associated with the ingestion of contaminated millet, again, a type of grass. And in those patients, we would see muscle spasms, seizures, and hallucinations. So this is going to cause complications with the nervous system. Gangrenous can be associated with wheat and rye, and it tends to lead to constriction of blood vessels. And when there's a decrease in blood flow, you can see tissue necrosis, which is basically gangrene. It is thought that the Salem witch trials, right? This idea that there were these people experiencing hallucinations and strange behaviors like seizures actually could have been caused because of ergot alkaloid toxicity. It's hard to say, can't go back and actually, test it, but that's the prevailing hypothesis, that a number of people were experiencing hallucinations. And what can tend to happen, it's a psychological phenomenon, but what can tend to happen when people are experiencing hallucinations is those can almost be contagious. So if you've been all kind of consuming something that can make you prone to hallucinations, that hallucination can be shared. So that's kind of the prevailing hypothesis there.